How satisfying would it be when a retired Marine Corps instructor is pushed to the limit by corrupt cops and finally strikes back? Nick was riding his bicycle to a small town to post bail for his brother. Halfway there, a police cruiser suddenly closed in from behind. The next second, without any warning, the cruiser slammed straight into him. Nick had no time to react before he was thrown to the ground. Two officers jumped out of the car and immediately aimed their guns at his head. Before Nick could even figure out what was happening, his hands were already cuffed. The officers claimed that his bicycle was of unknown origin and suspected it was stolen. No matter how Nick explained himself, they refused to believe him. After the identity check was completed, the system showed that Nick had no criminal record whatsoever. Instead of clearing things up, this only made the two officers more dissatisfied. They began searching through Nick's backpack. Soon, $36,000 was pulled out and laid across the hood of the patrol car. Nick explained that part of the money was for bail. The rest was intended to buy a pickup truck for towing a boat. The moment Nick finished speaking, the officers visibly perked up. They had clearly found an excuse to seize his money. On the spot, they declared that the cash was potentially linked to drugs. Their justification was that Nick's cousin had once been suspected of drug possession. If Nick refused to let the money be confiscated, they threatened to arrest him for conspiracy. Nick knew full well that he had run into crooked cops. In the end, however, he chose to give in because his cousin was still being held, and that cousin had previously angered a gang by identifying one of its members to the police. If he were sent to prison, the consequences would be unthinkable. Nick then headed to the courthouse. The judge told him bluntly that without money, bail was impossible. Nick produced the police receipt and explained that his money had been seized by the department. But the judge didn't care about any paperwork. All he cared about was the cash. That evening, Nick prepared to spend the night in the forest. As night fell, that sense of bitterness and injustice surged back into his chest. He stared at the police station marked on the map and decided it was time to make them pay.